Hi, 10th grade students. This is Ms. Bauman coming to you with more information about your 11th grade registration process for next year. Just to quickly go through some timelines and some important dates, we will give you the registration information today on Tuesday the 24th, and this is your time in the next few days or so to talk to your parents or any other trusted adults or friends about the registration process and getting more information about course choices. All the information you need is available on the guidance website. So that's a great place to start if you have more questions about the types of courses or the requirements you might have or want a better description of a certain course. New this year, we are doing the registration fair on January 30th between 6 and 8 p.m. It is meant to be formatted like an open house, so students can come and go as they please and talk to teachers about their courses or about what seems realistic for course load or possibly bumping up in a certain area. That would be the time you can access teachers for more information about courses, about requirements, and even electives in their department. The course registration window will then open up on January 30th. It'll be open until February 8th. This is the time when you are welcome to go log into your Skyward account and go ahead and register for your classes for next year. A really helpful tool in this process is going to be your registration worksheet. It allows you to see what courses are available. It gives you a list of all of your course options. It also helps you keep track of all of your requests. You do need 14 each semester, or 14 for the year, 14 semester courses. So as we like to say, you need 14 circles on your registration course worksheet. And then also it helps you find the numbers that you need in order to actually input your registration on Skyward. The little numbers listed next to each course is the number you need to find in order to do the registration process on Skyward. So that worksheet is helpful in that regard. Just to keep in mind a few resources that are helpful to you as you register for classes. One is, your parents, trusted adults, counselors, any of us can help you. Teachers can help you talk about what courses might be the best choice for you while seeking hard courses that you might be interested in, but also seeking balance in your course load for next year. Always use those college websites that are available to you to look at admissions criteria and make sure that you are meeting the admissions criteria that a college might have if you have a particular college in mind at this point. As we like to say, it takes one set of requirements to get you out of Mount Westonka High School, but it might take a whole nother set of requirements to get you into a certain college. And so we want to make sure that you're keeping that in mind and keeping all the doors open for colleges down the road. Like I mentioned before, the registration fair is on January 30th. So this again will be a great place for you to get more information about courses, course load balance, and getting specifics about certain departments and things like that. Lastly, the registration manual is available on the guidance website. Go ahead and use that manual. That manual is written by the teachers. Therefore, what they want to include about the course is included in that manual, and it'll give you a great vision of what that course might be like, especially when it comes to electives. So as an 11th grader, you are required to take a credit in each of the 4 core areas. So that means that you have to take a credit of English next year, a credit of social studies, a credit of math, and a credit of science. All of your course options are listed below each of those credit requirements, and so you can take a better look at that. One thing to keep in mind is that your current math teacher will help you choose the best math class for you for next year. And also, while there are many options for science classes, you are required to take physical science, biology, and chemistry or physics before you graduate. Again, that is a great example of a time where you need to look at those college websites to make sure that you are meeting their admissions requirements for science as well. In addition to your 4 core, you will be required to have completed statistics before you graduate. Some of you may have already completed that or are completing it right now, but that can be done by taking Geometry with Stats, FST, General Stats, or AP Stats. A fine arts full credit is required for graduation as well, and that can be done by taking any number of courses here at the high school, and we'll kind of go through those in the next slide. But it's 1 credit or 2 semesters of an art in order to meet your art requirement. Then lastly, we do not have a foreign language requirement for graduation. However, many colleges do have a strong recommendation or a requirement for admission. So keep an eye on those as you are making decisions about foreign language. As far as fine arts classes go, these are all the fine arts classes that are available to you. Anything listed in green does have a prerequisite, so make sure you're keeping an eye on what the prerequisite might be in order to take that class. When you have your registration worksheet in front of you, any class that is listed in bold is a course that meets the art requirement for graduation. All right, so a few things to keep in mind when you're registering for classes. Obviously, the high school requirements, which we have spoken about, the admissions requirements colleges might have, but also this is kind of one of your final opportunities here in high school to take classes you might be interested in. So we really encourage you to explore your interests and abilities by taking some electives that might give you some insight on some things that you might have an interest in. Also, taking any prerequisites for classes that you might want to take in 12th grade is an important decision to make as well. So if you really want to take photography in 12th grade, you want to make sure that you have taken the prerequisite for photography in 11th grade if you haven't done so already. It's always about finding a balance when you are choosing courses, so make sure that you're taking a challenging course that prepares you for a post-secondary environment. But also many of you are involved in jobs and sports and activities after school. So making sure you're not stressing yourself out by taking too many hard courses while balancing the other parts of your life. Again, it's always easier to drop a class for a student prep period. You have heard this from us before, but we want to remind you of that. So choose your courses now. We can always drop those courses for student prep periods as late as August if needed. But we need to hear from you now about courses that you might be interested in. That's how we build the master schedule. All right, so again, please be thoughtful now. We can't make those hard decisions that you might want to postpone until June, July, or August. We need to hear from you now about what courses you want to take. It does help us build our master schedule, and it helps us create course selections for next year by hearing from you now. So please use the time that we're giving you to ask those good questions, use those resources so that you can make those decisions now because the timing just isn't right if you wait until summer. There are no guarantees for courses that you might select, but we do the best we can to build the master schedule around your preferences. The same thing goes for electives. You should keep in mind that we really do our best to prioritize your first choices for electives, but sometimes they conflict with your current schedule or they're just not offered. So in those cases, we really do rely on those 3 alternate elective course options that you list in Skyward. And so please consider carefully what alternates you would take if you don't get your first choice elective. So a few final reminders. Again, the window opens up on January 30th. It'll be open until Wednesday, February 8th. You can log in anytime into Skyward and do your registration on your own. You can also go in to the Commons area during lunches on certain days, and counselors will be there to help you actually do the registration. There will be an instructional video on how to register on your own through Skyward in the coming week here. Again, you register through your Skyward account, and you'll be choosing 14 semester classes, so 14 small circles on that registration worksheet, and then 3 alternate choices are needed as well. Now is the time, you've heard it from us a few times, now is the time to talk to the adults and trusted individuals in your life to help you make those best decisions for your courses for next year. If you have any questions, please feel free to make an appointment with your counselor or talk to any of your teachers. We'll be happy to help.